start recording. Are we ready to rock and roll? Happy Friday. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Friday. Great day. Sun shining. Welcome to the SHAC. My hands are all dried up. The old pottery's not helping. But there you go. You know I'm going to be doing pottery as I've got no rings on. I take all my rings off when I'm doing pottery because they get all clogged up. And there's nothing more frustrating than throwing a beautiful pot and then gouging it with your wedding ring. Okay? Come on in. Is anybody there apart from me? Yeah, come on, you must be. Good morning, morning Debbie. Oh, Debbie. Well, I'll go to the bottom of the stairs. The homepage, that was funny, wasn't it, yesterday? We're having a little debate at work at the moment. And it's the young versus the old, I'm afraid. It's a little clash of generations going on. I just had the next one because we're giving the Facebook, the website a bit of a makeover. And so now they decided to get you, listen, to put some, we decided to lose the home. And then yesterday, I don't know if you saw it on the website, on my blog, I said, well, the thing is though, if you get rid of the little home button, how will everybody get back to the home page? And they all looked at me in the Zoom meeting as if I'd sprouted a second head. And I said, well, explain. And they said, well, you just click the logo at the top and it takes you back to the homepage. Wherever you are on the website, you click the logo at the top and it goes back to the website. I said, all right, and how am I supposed to know that then? And how do my friends know that? Our thousands of friends that shop on our website. How do they know that then, friends? And they all looked at me, this younger generation, this wall in a Zoom meeting. I mean, I'm still coming to grips with the Zoom meeting. And they all looked at me dumbfounded, like, well, what's your problem? It's obvious, everybody knows that. I thought, well, I didn't know that. And so I blogged about it last night. And then Debbie Lee was the very first one. She went, well, I'll go to the bottom of the stairs. I didn't know that. And I thought, vindication. And then loads of you, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know. And I thought, there you go. And what have we all got in common? We are of a certain age group. And us ladies and gents don't know that stuff. We don't know that stuff, do we? We weren't raised on that. We were raised on other stuff, on wholesome stuff that doesn't include clicking on the logo and knowing that would take you back to the homepage on the website. Didn't know that. Know that now. And then this morning, so the guys at work are like, okay, we stand corrected, can't believe it, right? Oh, thanks, girls. So just now I got a text. We figured out how to get more little buttons. We'll make the font size smaller. I went, no, don't do that. Don't go there. Because you got to remember, they're working on screens like this. Yeah. So of course, when they reduce the font size, they don't see the difference. But then there's us, old bats, right? Us beautiful chicks, right? With our phones, trying to, and then it's white on colour, so you can't see it anyway. And now they're going to make it smaller. I said, no. Let me just sort out, let me just go in the SHAC and hang out with my friends. And ladies and gents, I need you to agree with me. Font size reduction, not a good idea, is it? I would say font size increase, make 2 rows. Anyway, welcome to the SHAC. Safe, happy and creative. Stay home and craft. It's when design overrides practicality, you know. It's when it looks good but it serves no purpose, and that's where we're at the moment, trying to make sure that it still serves a purpose and that we can see what we're looking at. Do you agree with me? Just write yes. Just write yes. Vote yes to keep the font size the same size, and vote yes to make the font size bigger. That will really wind them up. I think the bigger the better. I think size matters, especially when it comes to fonts. Right. You rock. And where are we? We're in Kingfisher land. We are colouring in the common Kingfisher, apparently only available in the UK. Or should I say, it's the only Kingfisher we've got in the UK. And I've seen one of them. That was it. And I've been reading up on them. I'm going to read you a little story later. Fascinating birds. Savage. All lovely, not lovely. Well, not lovely if you're a stickleback fish. Oh God, she's in one of those moods, Audrey. Who's Audrey? Right, come on then. So what are we doing today? Well, we're carrying on with our feathered friends, and today, which window are we looking through? We're going, I'm going to put my other glasses on. See, not smaller font size. Right, we're going to go to the Kingfishers in the blue postcard set, which is starting to look a bit thin on the ground here. Look, I've only got 2 of them. You only get 1 of each, but you get 7 of them. Well worth investing in, these are. You see, I've got a couple of sets of them. Obviously, I own the company, but the reason that I've got a couple of sets is because I'm always working one ahead of you. In fact, sometimes, like today, I'm working 2 ahead of you because I want to experiment. I'm trying things out as we're going along. This is nice, isn't it? See? So this is the one that we were doing together. And then I thought, oh, let me try something different. So tricks and tips, that's what this is all about. I think it's well worth, if you can afford it, getting another set. They're a tenner for 21 postcards. Beautiful. We've got a nice set of postcards with the Marina Fedotova as well. And so on, and so on, and so on. Right, put them to one side, Grace, so you know where they are. And what we'll do, we'll have a little recap. Let's look at the one that I've already done. There we go. Let me just let it focus. Right, so we did the blue, didn't we? We worked on the blue. There we are. We worked on the blue. That's as far as we got. And we added a little bit of shade. So we're going to build that up, recap that, and then we're going to go to the lovely goldy orangey colour. Now let me see if I can just turn. You'll see there's a bit of a shimmer. There you go. See a little bit of iridescence. Should we call it that? See the shimmer on the top? Even more so on this one. Oh, hang on a minute. Grey. Take that. Look at the beak. Watch the beak. See the beak. See it go shiny. Look. See the. There you go. Right. And also the little blue bits on the head. And when you've got it in your hand, you'll see this is all iridescent, because that's why. Do you remember I said we'll give this a go? I'll show you how to use mica powders. I thought we would. So I'll show you how to use mica powders as well if we get time today. And this little fella down here, just for your information, this little fella, now I did him, he's nice. I did him with the watercolour pencils, and there you go. Now you can see the perfect pearl. See the mica powders on the crest? Yeah, nice, eh? And the thing about it is, and you can see, if I turn it, you can see the shimmer of the blue also on the wing now, right? You see that? Check the eye out, because the eyes have it today. Right, now, the thing is, I'm just reading what Paul. Surprisingly, the vote is yes to keep the font the same size. Ha, ha, ha. And some say bigger. Yeah, you see? We know, don't we? We know what we need, girls and boys. I just wanted to show you this mica powder and how it works. So it's really good gear. It's great. And I picked the blue one because of the Kingfishers and also the magpie postcard, because they are not black. They are this really beautiful blue. And if you put that on top of black, it's fabulous. Fabulous. Right. But we'll do that a little bit later, because it is really, you either start the whole thing with it or you add it right at the end. So I think what we agreed was that we'll carry on with with the gold, we'll do a little bit more on this little fella here. And then I'll show you how to use the mica powders. And if we don't get to it today, that's okay. We'll do it on Monday. I mean, it's not like it's a one-off. If we don't get there, we'll get there eventually. So just a little recap. When we were doing the colouring in, we were using our pergoliners. Oh, hello, nearly. The pergoliners, but we were using the B pencils, but for blending. These are the ones that water won't shift. They don't, the B ones are not aqua pencils. See, you've got the aqua pencils in there as well, but they've got the A on them. And they're the ones that I used there. See, that's aqua with it. See, I used the A and the yellow aqua. See, and when you blend them together, you get these beautiful tealy turquoisey colours. So the pergoliners are well worth investing in. They're not, just because they're parchment pencils, they're obviously not. So I'm going to use these two blues. If you've got your polychromos, happy days, good for you. They got some lovely blues in them as well. But I'm sticking with I'm just going to lose the A pencils for a moment, because I know they look the same, but they're not. And then the orangey part, I'm going to use the number 9 and the number 10 from the pergoliners. This is why my pergoliner box looks a little bit picked through. Right, there you go. I'm in a good mood today. Are you? Don't worry about what's going on out there and whether we can travel and whether we can't and whether we need a passport or we don't need a passport. Just enjoy now. Yeah? That's what this is all about. This is what the SHAC is about, is just learning not just how to colour in, but learning how to be in the moment. And I know that sounds really kind of trendy. I don't mean it like that. I mean really getting to be where you are. I have spent most of my life in my head somewhere else and not where I am. And that doesn't make sense. I'm here now with you. And there's no point in dwelling on something else unless I can train my head, you know, to go to New York, enjoy New York in my mind, not get sad that I can't see my daughter. See, then it starts to go, well, hey, windmill, and the washing machine starts. You see, but while we're here, I'm not going to think about New York. I'm going to think about being with you and being with my pencils and being with the Kingfisher. And that is like a real mindful process. It will help me and possibly you too immensely just to stick with what you're doing when you're doing it, you know? And that's what the whole idea of the SHAC is, to stay safe and learn this mindful colouring process. The doodling's the same, you see, because you concentrate on what you're doing and then you're not thinking about everything else that's going on. That's the way it is. So let's have a look and let's get started, and we'll do this part first. Let's get in really tight, okay? Let's get really tight on here and let's try. Just humour me, you know, and let's just focus on exactly what we're doing. So I'll need a piece of copy paper just to test my colours, right? Here we go. Got my paper still from the other day. And we're just gonna it doesn't matter what you do to stay with your hands, whether you colour in, or you do pottery, or you do painting by numbers. It doesn't matter what you do, but all the time you're concentrating on what you're doing with your hands, whether it's knitting, embroidery, pottery, stamping. Groovy is great for mindful process. Right? It doesn't matter what you do, just do it. And stick with it. Stay with this. Stay with your hands. Get with your hands. And you'll find, there we go. Let's just take this one, the yellow, really the light yellow, B9. I've got cream all over my hands now. Right. B9, get a chisel end and do a really, see how light, like hardly touching it. So you're going to get no stripes, but just a really, really light covering of this light yellow, B9, or peachy colour. Just a really, really light. This is an exercise in almost levitating with the pencil. Just really lightly. Try it. The object of the exercise, the name of the game, is to try and avoid getting a yellow stripe. Let's just do that bit in that colour as well. And then we'll do the bit behind as well. Okay. The reason I'm doing this is because I put cream on my hands. Right. Okay. Really, really lightly. And you'll see, as soon as you start doing this process, your head, it's like you're redirecting your thinking, you see, because let's do this bit as well, under it, really, really lightly. Let's do a little bit in here, in there. It's just, it's the nicest, easiest thing to calm the mind. It's calming the mind, that's what it's doing. Right, so you've got a really nice, simple, and you can feel it as soon as you start concentrating. You've got to stay in the lines, you've got to make sure you don't press too hard. All those things, they help immensely. So we've got the eye. We're going to do the eyes as well today. The eyes have it. Right. So we're working in layers, you see. Am I on set? Now Paul's in the building with you, so if you've got any questions or you're looking for anything, then Paul's your man. He'll be able to help you. Right, I think so. Maybe add a little bit along this edge here because it's a bit shadier. Just go along there one more time with the light yellow. Try not to get a stripe though, Barbara. Right, here we go. Another little layer through there. There we go. Right, we'll just run the pencil really lightly. This is so good for the head, this is. Can you feel it, how relaxing it is? Just... Right. Oh, look. Yeah. I don't know if I want to make that yellow. I might want to make that blue. I haven't decided yet. Do you think that should be a blue one? I do. Well, the good news is we didn't go very heavy, did we, Grey? So we can take this bit out. I'm going to make that blue, the tail feather. I am. I'm going to stop the yellow there. Yeah, I am. So, for example, it doesn't matter that there's a little bit of yellow on there. It'll go a nice tealy colour. Let's do this bit blue. Light blue I'm using, right? Actually, it's quite nice. And again, see, the darker the colour, the more you've really got to concentrate on not pressing too hard. Lightly does it. There you go. Where you go over the yellow, it will look tealier. Nice. Yeah. There you go. So we get that blue in there. That'll do. See how different it is in blue though, because we put a little kind of film of the yellow underneath. These are great, these pencils, you know, for blending. They so are good. Is that English? They are so good. Right, where's that blue gone? I'm going to add a bit more. I might as well get there now. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, so there was much hilarity last night around Linda Williams called me. She said, "You seen your blog? You seen what they're saying?" I said, "No, I hadn't looked." And she said, "Everybody's in the same boat with the homepage." She said, "It's hilarious." And her, she said, I didn't know that. Oh, there you go. So there was a lot of laughter around that last night. Dave didn't know either. So it's not a feminine. You can't say it's exclusive to females. No, 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 no. There you go. That'll do for the moment. Just keep that, hold that thought. That'll do. Right, now let's go back to this bit. Let's go back to this bit. We're using the light colour for the background and then the darker colour. This is a nice colour, B10. B10. So if you're using the polychromo, sorry, the 111 is nice. It's quite bright as well, look. That's a bright one. I'm using this one. 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Right, but yeah, let's have a look. Okay, so what we want to do now to start adding some depth, let's do this bit first, round the eye. And what we want to do now, God, I've really got greasy hands. Honestly, that wasn't the best time to start putting hand cream on, Gray. Right. Avoid the eye and just add a little, like a flash of orange through there, darker through there. And then we'll come in here and we'll flick into the blue, going that way. That's nice. Then we'll add a little bit underneath the beak, like that. That's it. You know, and if you struggle with the blending thing, if you want to, you know that we've got the blending pens, they work a treat. I'll show you in a minute. Right, that's quite good. See what happens if we add a bit more of the yellow. Does it go even orangier? Yeah, it does. Yes. Okay. Right, so you can mix the colours. Now, where's that blending tool? Hang on. Let me get an orange or a clean nib. There you go. These are great. See, so you pop them in there and then you blend the colours and you smooth out if you want to smooth out. See how it just smooths it out? And it blends the colours nicely so they all just flow into each other. I think that's the word, flow. Flow into each other. Yeah, nice. That's cool. Right, so what we'll do is we'll hang on to that and we'll use that a bit more in a minute. And what we'll do is we'll take our darker one. Let's take that darker colour, whichever one you choose. And let's have a little practice on a bit of scrap. What we're going to do is like that. Flick, 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 flick. Right, like a little crescent moon. The line's there for you, right? Let's just lightly though, let's not go mad. Just do a little, actually, use the lighter one. Let's do the lighter one first. Let's do a bit of blending. Come on. God, you know, my hand's so greasy, I can't even get hold of the camera. Right. Okay. Let's do this then. I can't even hold the pencil sharpener. My hands are so greasy. Right. Okay, so now I've sharpened it a little bit and now I can get in here. So I'm going to get into these little slivers and I'm doing this little carrot-like swing. Swing. See? You just swing. Don't have to be exactly in the lines, but just get kind of in that ballpark. This looks cool. Right, do the light one first. Again, not too hard, just a little contrast. And if you think, well, why is B so exact? Well, the whole point of this is concentration, isn't it? Focus. Focus in the mind. So if I sometimes sound a little bit pedantic or like a bit fussy, like get in there and use the tip of the brush, and what that does is, apart from producing nice artwork, eventually, what it also does is it focuses you. If I we'll do it in a minute. You watch with the paintbrush, and when you go in and you're using a hair of the paintbrush, it doesn't matter if you don't get it exactly right. What the whole purpose of it is that you'll be so concentrated on it. It's like it releases pressure in your head, because whatever you're thinking about you're not thinking about because you're focused on getting these colours right. That's all it is. And it's fun. See, so we're adding a little bit of the darker orange and we've got a bit of the lighter orange. You see, have a look at that one and you can see a bit of light, a bit of dark, a bit of speckle going on here as well, isn't there? We like speckle. Oh, come on then. Let's use the light one first. What have we got here? B9, that's the lighter one. That'll look good. Right, you ready? Here we go. Ho. Right, speckle. Let's do a bit of speckling. Have we got enough colour going on? Yeah, let's build it up with speckles. This is good. So speckling, right, what you do is you hold your pencil upright, perpendicular like this, and then you just start stippling. Stipple, stipple, stipple. There you go, and you get that lovely speckled effect. And you can play tunes. Did you get it? Right, you ready? Oh, I do like to be beside the seaside. Oh no, now she's giving us a music worm again. Oh, I do like to be beside the sea. Beside the seaside, beside the sea. There you go. Oh, that's all harmless fun, my friends. It's all harmless fun. Right, so you see how you're just getting some really nice effects with just by stippling. There you go. Right, let's take the darker one now. Ready? Right, here we go again. Right, now with the darker one, here comes a mindful exercise now. Just stay underneath. See if you can concentrate the stippling underneath these pattern things, just along that line. Yeah, see what we can do there. Quite, it's giving some nice texture. Am I irritating you yet? Come on, it's all right. Have they all left the building? It's all right, we've got to stay home. Come on, you know we have. They're going to lift all the restrictions on Monday. I'm not going anywhere. You must be joking. Now, why would I want to go shopping to Blue Water? Not a chance. I understand. I sympathise with the economy and all that good stuff. But I still haven't had my second vaccine. And I'm too busy stippling anyway to be going to Blue Water for the day. Here we go. Right, that'll do. Bit more down the bottom there. Crazy's moving home. My daughter, you know, she lives in Brooklyn. Well, at the moment she lives in a nice apartment, but it's not in a very nice area in Brooklyn, you know? So nice place, lovely apartment, but right opposite a project, like a bit rough. That's what I'd call it, rough. So she's got a nice flat, but it's in the wrong place, right? Location, location, location. So she's all excited because they're upgrading. They're going to a nicer place. Still in Brooklyn, but it's in a posher area, right? It's in downtown Brooklyn, which is really nice. Dumbo, that area. Okay, so so yesterday she was telling us in the Zoom meeting, she was saying that she's going to figure out how parcels, you know, how they get accepted in the building by the doormen. And we were like, doormen, right? There are doormen, not one but two. One's called Jose, so I figured that he's obviously Latino. But so there are two doormen, and she's striking up a great relationship with them, so that to see what the situation is with parcels. So I said to her, I said, did you have a doorman in the place that you're in at the moment? She said, a doorman? She said, are you kidding? She said the only doorman we had at this place was some bloke that used to sit outside the block of flats and nick all the Amazon deliveries. That was the doorman. So I'm glad she's moving, really. I'm really glad she's moving. Doorman? Honestly, Grace could do stand-up comedy. She's so funny. Doorman. So she's moving to a posh place now. Right, grey. Come on, we'll put a little bit of grey along here to get a bit of depth. Okay. Which grey am I using? I heard you. Grey 4. Grey 4. Which one? Cold grey 4. Any grey. Lead pencil. Go lightly. This is an excellent exercise again in just gently teasing that shade along there. Now watch how it starts to ping when you do this, because this is where we're going now. So you go along there and then you just shuffle a bit, go along and then feather a bit, go along and then feather a bit, just go along, just keep feathering. See how it starts to get darker? You can really get some depth going like this. So you go dig your sort of chisel in like that and then break up the edge. So you go in like that and then you break up the edge. There you go. Yes, so she's moving next week. Bless her heart. Yeah. Be nice. I said, is it high up? Because obviously they got very high buildings. The tallest building I ever lived in was in Nuremberg, and I was on the 5th floor without a lift. Cool, that kept you fit. She's on the 11th floor. I said, cool, that's quite high. 11th floor. She goes, oh no, it goes up like 33 floors. It goes up really tall. But she said, this is a nice floor because you can see the skyline, the Manhattan skyline. You can see the bridge, the Brooklyn Bridge. You can see the water. You can see all that. But you don't get that feeling that the building's moving when it's windy. She said, when you go a bit further up, sometimes you can really feel it in the wind. I thought, nah, you're all right. I'll stick to my farm. Can you imagine? Hang on, I'm feeling seasick. I better take some sea legs. No, but we're home, darling. Yeah, but no but. High rise. No thanks. Right, let's get some shadow in here. And again, we're going to just round that edge there. Don't worry, I've got the right glasses. Oh, that's better. Get me Dame Edna's on. Yes, lads at work, I'm telling you now, I wouldn't recommend that you change the font size on the website. No, don't do that. So as soon as I get off, as soon as we're finished in the shack, I should be straight on the phone. Don't even think about it, I shall say. Right, a little bit of shadow here. It's going to look so nice when it's done. Was I even in the picture then? Sorry. Right, a little bit of shadow there as well. Just tone that whiteness down. Good. Right, let's do a little bit of shadow along this bit here, shall we? Right, again, we're going to use that grey. We'll come along here. Right, this is a good exercise in concentrating, like that, and then feather it out. Along we go. Gently does it. You don't want too much. Looks nice over the speckles though, doesn't it? So the pencils we're using here, they're blending pencils. They're wax-based, oil-based. I put water on this, they will not move. But, oh, this looks nice because I'm getting the resist off the yellow stippling. But if, cool, doesn't that look pretty? Okay. But if I was to go over this with a film of mica powder, well, like a mica powder wash, let's call it that, so that we don't get it right. It's definitely a wash, not a... You can put water through it, see? You can dilute it. And if I was to go over this with a mica powder wash, which is what we can do, then you get this beautiful iridescent effect, like a kingfisher that's been in the water would have, right? Have a look. But it doesn't move it doesn't actually move the colour. The colour stays true, which is great. Whereas this one, I used watercolour pencils underneath, and when I put the wash over the top with the mica powders, the colours blended as well. That's interesting. See? So that's quite nice. This is a totally different look. Look, isn't it? It's a different look. One was moving with me, and one didn't shift. Look, both got mica powder on them, but one moved and one didn't. But that's all right. We're going to stick with the Kingfishers for a few days yet, because I think there's a lot of exploring to do here. There's a lot of exploring to do here. I'm going to come out a little bit more on this, and then we'll put a little bit of shading on here. Right, so now what we'll do is we'll take our, I think I might use a lighter grey. Have you got a lighter grey? Let's have a look. What's this one? Cold grey 2. I think I'm going to establish that I'm going to put some cold grey 2 underneath each one of these segment things. Just, it's playing it safe, I guess. There you go. See, it doesn't matter. That's better. Right, here we go. You haven't got to worry so much about... Come in. Right. That's it. Cool, this looks good. Right. You need a nice light grey to do this. And just put a bit of shadow underneath. Okay. Right, do you want some trivia about kingfishers? This is mad. This is mad. This is what fascinates me, see? Because I do a little bit of prep before we get together in the SHAC. I was reading up on the kingfisher. Yeah? Right, you ready? So, what did I learn? First of all, kingfishers, let's think about the name. He's a kingfisher. Right, so the clue's in the name. He definitely fishes for fish. He's a king. He's very good at it too, clearly, right? The common kingfisher. He's certainly got a beak like a spear. So my guess is that he's pretty good at spiking, you know, like a harpoon, isn't it? Right, so ready for this? Yeah. They eat little fish, clearly, because they're only little birds, aren't they? They're not huge. They eat small fish like minnows and sticklebacks. Okay, well that sounds quite harmless really, doesn't it? Right, you ready for the absolutely, like, you know how nature never ceases to baffle us? Right, listen to this if you can, okay? They need to eat. Imagine if we had to do this, right? Sometimes I think I'm trying. They need to eat their own body weight in food every single day, right? That sounds like the colibri, like the hummingbirds again. Listen to this again. They need to eat their own body weight in food each day during the summer, right? Can you imagine if we had to do that? Good God. I'd have a steady stream of avocado vans parked outside the front door day and night. I might as well just sit on the front doorstep and just keep eating. So they've got to eat the equivalent of their weight in food every day, right? And that is equivalent, wait for it, this is mental, 5,000 fish. That's 5,000 dives. No wonder they use a lot of energy. 5,000. I know, I looked it up twice in 2 different places because I thought they must have made this must be a typo. They've got too many zeros here. No, 5,000 fish a day they have to eat. Not only eat, but catch. Catch, kill, catch, kill, eat and digest. And we think we're busy. That is insane. This little fella, that little bird, that one little bird. So when it's diving, right, one more bit of trivia. Right, you ready for this? When it's diving, when it hits the water, because it sits on the perch. Look, this is what it does. It sits on the perch and it's still. It's got really weird eyes that makes it, they turn into binoculars under the water so the glare doesn't affect it, right? And they sit and apparently they move their head, but their body is stock still, right? And they move their head and then they dart, poof, down they go. And when they hit the water, and they're not coming from a great height, really, they're not that far off the water. When they hit the water, they're doing 25 miles an hour. That fish hasn't got a chance. That stickleback is dead in the water, isn't it? It is absolutely. Mind you, if they got to fish 5,000 times, it must be like that all day. I mean, can you imagine? Think about that. 5,000. I wonder if he has an afternoon nap. Hey? What about when they got kids? Don't tell me they've got to go and fish for them as well. Yeah. Do you know, makes you grateful to be human, really. I wouldn't fancy coming back as a kingfisher, would you? Oh, no. Can you imagine? The reincarnation. And then if you believe in oh no, don't send me back as a kingfisher. Oh no, please, not kingfisher. No, it wouldn't work, would it? So here we are with our little pencils, had a little snacky poo with our coffee in the morning. Hey, a little bit of cereal, bit of granola. Imagine if you're a kingfisher, you're like, oh no, not again. I've got to fish 5,000 fish just to stay alive. You wouldn't bother, would you? You'd say, no, do you know what? Enough's enough. I can't believe it. I was chuckling away to myself when I read it as well. I thought, no, it can't be right. Right, so we've got our lovely... Sorry, I'm just amusing myself here. You have to understand, I'm on my own in this little shed, garage, roof thing, studio. Yeah. I'm on my own up here, chatting away to myself, chuntering away to myself. Reading up about kingfishers. I mean, what is going on? We're in the middle of a global pandemic, and I'm more concerned about how a kingfisher survives. Yeah, mad though. I think it's amazing. And they probably don't moan about it. Well, I don't know. If I spoke kingfisher, I'd really love to find out what they actually think. I mean, it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? It would be interesting. See, I'm liking this a lot. Do you think it needs a little bit more yellow, though? Do you think it's a little bit white? See, that one's a little bit orangier, isn't it? Well, here's the news, my friends. It's very easy. Just take I'm going to take the orangier one, the second one, and use the side of your pencil, okay? And just, look, let's just do a little bit of it. There you go. Just do half, and then you'll see the difference. We're just going to use the side of the pencil. I'm using this finger, let me show you. I'm just using this finger to stop myself going too far. See? So it just controls it a bit. But I want to sort of keep a little bit of whiteness up there. There you go. It's just the side of the pencil gives you a nice smooth. There you go. A bit better, isn't it? Now if I want it to be a little bit darker, then all I'm going to do, right, where I'm holding the pencil, look, I'll show you. See, if I want it to be really light, I use the side of the pencil and I'm holding the pencil right up this end. If I want it to go a bit darker, then all I do, rather than press harder, I just move my fingers up the shaft a little bit, and I don't have to press harder, it will automatically happen. And I'll change the angle a little bit, because I've got to make room for my fingers. mean, it's not rocket science, and I didn't learn this anyway. I just figured it out as I was going along. So now I'm going to move my fingers. See, I move my fingers up there a little bit, and straight away, without pressing harder at all, it's going to automatically come through a bit darker because I'm closer to the... It just happens. It's leverage, I suppose. There you go. And I was thinking, no wonder I've only ever seen a kingfisher once. If they're fishing that much, they must spend most of their time underwater. Amazing, isn't it? That looks better. There. Yeah, I'm liking this. Right, so we've done that. That'll do for the moment, I think. Actually, it needs a little bit more orange in there, doesn't it? That's a bit white. Do that. How about that? That's better. Okay, we happy with this? I am. I think it's nice. It's nice. Now, what have I got to tell you today? Right, we've got, yes, Digi-download, Groovy, our Groovy Digi-download. That's been, that's coming out after the SHAC, our Friday. You know, if you're into Groovy, have a look. It's a free project, kindly designed for you by Hazel Edwards. She does that for us, which is great, right? And so that's coming to you. Stuart will be able to help you with that. I think if you signed up to the newsletter, is it right? Am I right in saying, Paul, that if our friends are signed up to our newsletter, that it automatically gets sent to them in an email, the download, the link? Is that right? Might be worth getting the signing up for our emails, only because we've got so many other things going on as well. Now, what else have we got going on? Right, now, next week. See, I love this. I think this looks so pretty. Next week, we've got, on Wednesday, this is key, on Wednesday in the evening, we're doing a craft along with the house that Barb built. So to celebrate a year of the SHAC, we made a set of stamps. I'm going to show you, just because there's still time if you want to join in. We made a set of these stamps, didn't we? Let me show you. Right, do you remember these ones? Let me move my Kingfisher out of the way for a moment. These stamps here. Excuse my... I've got a runny nose. I'm just going to get a piece of... if I get a piece of white copy paper, that will help a lot. Right, so we've got these stamps. Home sweet home. Yeah. Home page, sweet home page. Right, let's have a little look. Let's come in a bit further away. Let's come out a bit for a moment. So we've got these stamps, and we can make these beautiful landscapes. These are Dee's artwork, beautiful artwork. See, so these are two new ones that she's done for us. We've got the two that we use to make postcards with for you. Remember how you can stretch the frames? So this set of stamps has got that brilliant frame that we doodled. See it's empty and you can stretch it. So Paul will direct you to the link, because if you get these stamps now, if you order them today, we'll get them priority out to you so that you can join in, because you don't need that much. You need some clarity stencil card, which you've probably already got. You need makeup sponges, brushes, a box of those inks, you know, like some inks. You need a box that's got green and yellow and blue in it. In fact, if it's got blue and yellow in it, we could probably make the green. So you just need the blue and a yellow ink. It's just for colouring in. If you've got the blending pens, great. If you've got the pergoliners, happy days. Which, if you're in the SHAC, you've probably got anyway. Stencil card, mega amount for the big thing. Paul's written an ingredients list, and he'll give you the link for it. But on next Wednesday, on the 14th of April, at 7 in the evening, I'm going to do a Facebook Live, and we'll hang out for an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and I'll take you through how to build a landscape like this. Yeah. How to I think this is glorious, you know. We'll do something like this, maybe this one, maybe if we get time, we'll stretch we'll see how that works. We'll put that through its paces. Look, this one's got this one there and there. Yeah, this has got 2 houses. Yeah. Oh, they come with the masks. But if you want to join in and you want to learn how to build landscapes with the steps and the hedgerows and because we drew it all, didn't we? We drew all this to start with. But now we've deconstructed it so that you can take one set of stamps and you can make so many different pictures and landscapes and scenes using one set of stamps. I mean, that's the secret, that's the magic of the stamps, isn't it? So next Wednesday evening, you know, and if we're there for an hour and a half, who cares? The telly's rubbish at the moment, so we might as well just enjoy each other's company. Also, there's an email. Before you go now, don't just wait a minute, right? If you're going to buy this, don't buy it quite yet, because Stuart's going to be sending you an e-shot. It's got a discount code on it for this weekend. So it might be a good idea just to hold fire. I did speak to him earlier. Just wait a couple of hours. I think he said 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, he'll be sending that e-shot out. And there'll be a discount code for this weekend. So that might be a good idea to apply that. Yeah, why not? Hey, if you're thinking of, you're sitting on the fence, or there's other things that you want to buy, there's always discount codes, always useful. I'm always looking for them when I'm online shopping. And now I know how to get back to the home pages on John Lewis and that. There's no stopping me. Right, come on, let's do the eyes. Should we do the eyes? Let's do the eyes. Now, this time I'm gonna get in really close on this. Let's have a look. So this is really, the eyes have it, don't they? The eyes, they are the windows to the soul and all that good stuff. So we need, I would say, you want a black pencil. Have you got a black one? What have we got here? That's black. A black B pencil, yes sir. I've got a black polychroma, I've got a black B pencil, and I'm going to get my eyes in as well. Is everybody happy? We all right? Now let's have a look. So yeah, if you want to get the house that Jack built, just hold fire just for a couple of hours until that discount code comes through. I would anyway. Now, have a look. And don't go, oh, I bought mine already and now I've, you know, don't do that to me, please. We're trying the best we can at the moment to keep this business going, and when you get the email, it's one of those sandwiches. You go, oh, that's nice, oh, that's not so nice. It's one of those emails, okay? So it's like, we've got some not so good news, but then we've got some lovely news. So, but read between the lines. If you know me but a little, you will know there's a very, very good reason why I've written this. I wrote it. Why I've written this email to you. There's a very good reason why we're having to do what I'm gonna talk about in what I'm mentioning. Just remember, I wrote it. I wrote it. And I'm the one that sits here every day for free, just trying to keep you company, keep everybody safe. Now, if I'm writing that letter, read between the lines. And if I'm adding a discount code, read between the lines. Because there's going to be a very good reason why we're having to do. And I have mentioned the crisis, the global crisis. This isn't a clarity crisis. This is a worldwide problem. Now let's have a look at this eye. Let's have a look at this eye. And you know, like, I support you, and I support you unconditionally all the time, right? On this occasion, I'm asking you to support us, okay? This is my asking you to support us. So enough said. Now with this eye, what we're going to do, let's draw one up here, that's the same as that one. So the eye is just like that, like a, and the line art, we've got that in there. So let's do it here so we know what we're doing here. Now, I would suggest that this part is mostly black, right? It's mostly black, but it's got a little flash of white. So I would say that the black, let's make the black underneath here, right? Okay, and then we're going to bring it up here. But I'm doing it gradually because, see, there's going to be a point where there's a reflection. So if that's the black there now, and that's coming up there like that, and then that's coming over the top, then what I'm looking for here, right, what I'm looking for is some white up here. I want to leave some white. And here's the thing, if I'm struggling with the white here, like that, and then you think, oh, I've killed it, where's the I've done too much black, then all you've got to do, see, if you've got one of these white pens, pressure's off. If you've got a Posca pen, because then all you're going to do is add the whiteness afterwards. I honestly, that's what I did here. That's what I did, because I went too black and I thought, oh, and then you try and rub it out and you just make a whole licks of it. And so what I did was, if you can leave the white and you think, yeah, do you know what, that's good enough, it looks a bit beady, I've given it too much black, then all you need to do is take the white and then add the white back in. Look, boom, see? So you can take, and if you then think, oh, hang on a minute, now it's got way too much white, when that's dry, this Posca pen is great because you just scratch it off again. You can take your fingernail and just ping it off again until you're happy. Actually, if you're let me see, yeah, you've got these tools, that is great. Once it's dry, this isn't quite dry yet, see, but I could even introduce black bits back in again with a, so there's a little bit of movement here. But if you've got the Posca pen, and loads of you have, and you've got the Micron pen, see, then what you can do is you just start taking it away, adding it, taking it, until you go, yeah, that's exactly what I want. So say you do too much white, you can get rid of it by scratching it away, or you can then take your black pen, your Micron pen, and you can come in and colour in over that. We've done this in the doodle sessions, see, and then you can come in and you can, like, I can take that bit out if I don't want that bit there, see. So there are loads of different ways to get to the eye of what you want, you know, and if you've got a white and a black, then you can just add and take away. Once you may hit nirvana straight away and go, yep, that's perfect, and you just leave enough white from, you know, original. But if you don't, it's no worry. You just add a little bit, take a little bit away, add a little bit, take a little bit away, until you're happy. That's it. Just fiddle until you're happy with it. So let's go to the actual eye now. Just bear with me 1 second, because I've got a feeling is my microphone still all right? I'm running on empty on the battery. Should be all right for another 10 minutes. So let's just look at the eye here. The E-shot's going to go out just after midday. So just hold fire, will you? And be nice. You're all nice anyway. Just be kind. Be kind. Have a care. We're not closing our doors. And we're grateful for that. Right, I'm just getting what I'm doing here is getting a point because I want to get in there. Right, so now here we go. So we'll add a little bit of black, and I'm going to add the black there and along there, like so. Right, and then I'm going to bring that white in, because you've got the gap. You can see if you just left that white, just that little area there. Right, let's have a look. That looks quite good. So if I just leave the area that's actually been given you, right, and colour the black in around the outside. Look, see how this is working? Can you see this? It's getting really tight. Got to get in really tight on this. That's too tight, isn't it? Hang on. Move out a bit, Gray. Right, now you can see what I'm up to. Right, so what I'm doing is I'm coming around the bottom with the black, and then I'm teasing up. And there's a point where you go, stop. And I'm coming in over the top as well. Now, let's just tease in over the top. Because the eye isn't bulbous, is it? It's not like stuck on like a button. It's embedded, okay? So we're going to get some shadow going here. Because my guess is that it's going to have a bit of depth there. See? Perfect. So you've got a little glimmer of... Do you get it? Nice. I'm happy with that eye. I'm happier with that one than I am with that one. And I did it all with just a pencil. And I didn't have to fiddle about with the with these either. Nice. So we've done that, and we've done our shading on the tummy. And you can, you know, you can do as much of this stippling as you fancy. And you could do some grey stippling. But it's 5 to 11, so I tell you what we're gonna do. On Monday, when we come back, we're going to start, I'm gonna put this through its paces, right? And you see, in the main, just to finish on, let me show you this. If I take a piece of, I want to show you something, so you understand what this gear is. It's powder, it's minerals, right? And it's powder. And what we often do with this, let me just give you a little demo now, right, of what you can do with it, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with it in the on Monday to get this luster, this beautiful sheen, right? And how to paint with it. But dry, it also works really well. So let's say, for example, let me just show you, just basically, let me just put the lid on that. And the reason, there are different mica powders around. This is Perfect Pearls, this is the Ranger one. Now the reason I like this one is because it's got a built-in, what would you call it? The word will come to me. It's a built-in, it's like a sealant. So what it does is, you don't have to seal it. Once it's burnished, once you've polished it, it doesn't keep coming off. So the other ones, you have to seal them. Right, have a look at this. I'm just taking I'm taking one of our, let me get it going. Right, let me just get it going. Right, this is one of our glue runners. So let me just show you. Let me just run down the edge like this. Right. Let me get it going. I'm just taking this and I'm running it down the edge of a piece of card. Can you see that? I just want to show you. If I can run it down the edge of a piece of card. Hang on. Slowly does it. I can run it down the centre of a piece of card. It doesn't have to be like that. I can make it as wide as I like. Here we go. I can make that as wide as I like. Now it's working now. Right, it was a little bit rubbish, that was. Okay, so let's say I've got some glue on there now, right? Right, okay. So this is a glue runner. These are our new glue runners. Fabulous. But let me just show you. If I take this stuff sticks to everything. It sticks to Versamark, for example. Let me turn this over because I've got a bit of glue on there. It will stick to Versamark if you stamp an image with Versamark. But also, look, wherever I've put the adhesive as well, it picks up the adhesive. So if I just take it now, let me just show you. And I'll just explain how this works. So wherever I've got the adhesive, if I drop some of this mica powder on it, it sticks. And at the moment, it just looks like a bit of a mess. But wait until I've added it to the glue or the adhesive runner, and you'll see that it goes wherever the runner was, it will go. And you can, but if I dust across it, I can make it varying shades of blue as well. But if you're looking to do an edge like an iridescent glistening edge, look, you can see how you could get some really nice. I just want to show you what the purpose of it is. It sticks to the, see now the glue isn't sticky anymore because I've covered it with powder. Let me just put this on here. And I just want to explain now, because it's got this sealant in it, right, which stops it, I've forgotten the word, it stops it coming off. When I do this, you'll see that where I'm rubbing it onto the white, it's also adding itself to the white because it's got this built-in binder. That's the word I'm looking for, binder, sorry. Right? So you can see, if I want to put a shimmer on a piece of white copy paper, if I rub it with a bit of loo roll over the top, I'm actually getting a blue shimmer. You can't see this very well, but I'm actually getting a blue film on there. And what this is doing is, it's giving me a really nice, now let's have a look. If I show you, if you see this, you'll see now the blue. Let me just bring it in and you'll see the blue and how it see when it, can you see that, or is it focusing? Let's take one more and see if I can. There, now you can see it. So you can see how iridescent that is, right? And that's that's mica powder, just dry, applied to a glue runner. But you can see how you can get a really nice, really sharp edge on that. Look, like that. You can bring it in off the edge. You can bring it right in off the edge. If you go fast, you can make it tatty. Like, we don't want to do that, but you can if you want to make it arty. Yeah, so wherever you put glue, so say you wanted to put little dots of like perga glue, you know, and you just took your perga glue and you went dop, 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 dop with your perga glue, and then you let it dry, just dry, so it's got like a film on it, and then you added this, right, once the glue has ostensibly dried, it hasn't, but it's got a coat on it, like a film on it. You'd get those beautiful little dots, but they would be blue. It would catch the mica powder. So those are sort of things that you can do with mica powder, but you can also paint with it. And that's what I want to do with you on Monday. So if you've got it, make sure when you come to the party, I'm going to use the water brushes when I'm doing this, because I want to get right in, and that will be marvelous for our heads again. Yeah, so if you want to have a go with the, see, it's really pretty when you get it, when it starts, when it really, yeah, can you see that, how pretty that colour is? So that's the Forever Blue one. Nice, isn't it? Really nice. Really nice. Nice framing work, you know. I could stamp something in there, or if I wanted to frame this in the end, I could run along here with my glue runner, and the glue runner would then just take the blue. Wouldn't that look pretty like that, look? Just along the edge. Cool, yeah. Right, so there you go. Tips and tricks and all that good stuff. Thank you very much for joining me. I think I've remembered everything that I wanted to tell you. I just wanted to give you something to play with, something to put in your basket when you use that discount code. Anyway, have a fantastic weekend. I will. And Paul, thank you so much for your help. Do try and join us on Wednesday night for the craft along, because then you'll be really getting some mileage out of that set of beautiful stamps. Other than that, stay safe, enjoy the sunshine, and I'll see you on Monday at 10 o'clock. Bye-bye now.